Really quick rumor, Cory. Blah. Henderson might miss Peach Bowl surgery on his foot. I've heard that from someone who's been right before. No one's right all the time, but someone who's been right before.
One thing's for sure. We ain't never been wrong on this show.
Do you think we make college football playoff still?
No. Yep. Perfect record. What is up, Buckeye Nation? Floco here, Florida Cory with Ohio State Football with Scarlet N Great right here on YouTube, along with my co-founders and good friends Johnny Bullitt and Sugar Ray Shane Larson, the Game Time Guru himself. Guys, how you doing as we gear up for the Peach Bowl? We're 17 days away now, I think it is. Oh my goodness, we're getting closer and closer. And thank God, I need some football in my life. And we have to cherish these last final moments that we have in college football that are coming up, because once it's gone for an excruciatingly long time, folks. Oh my goodness. But if you like football, college football, especially Ohio State football, stay right here and subscribe for Buckeye playoff coverage all the way up into the game. We have some good stuff coming up for you, some analysis, some predictions, some other things, breaking news, obviously, as we're going to talk about today. We're looking for a goal of 6,000 subscribers by the Peach Bowl, so help us out. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, share it with a friend. We appreciate you, Buckeye Nation, as always, for all the love and support you give. God bless you guys. But we're talking about some negative news right now, some not so good news for Ohio State. Running back TreVeyon Henderson is out for the Peach Bowl, foot surgery coming up. And to be honest with you, it probably was needed, but we'll get in more into that. It's just the hits keep on coming for Ohio State, don't they? JSN is opting out for because of a hamstring issue. Now we got TreVeyon Henderson opting out for a foot injury. We expect it to be kind of at full strength potentially for the Peach Bowl against Georgia. Just that little team who you don't need to be full strength for them, I guess. Oh, gosh. Anyway, guys, obviously this hurts, but, it is what it is. People's health have to come first. And quite frankly, it's not healthy enough to contribute in the way that they normally could. Is it more beneficial to have healthier players play anyway? It stinks not to have him, but he's probably doing what's best for him and Ohio State at the moment. So, but we'll get, again, I want to ask your opinion on that. I want you guys to comment. Do you think he's making the right choice of sitting out? I personally think he is, because we've been maligning him all year long, right? Maybe not everybody. You're probably thinking, not me, you dummy. It's been you guys. We have a little bit on this channel. I know other publications have. I know fans have. Like, I've seen the message boards. I've seen the Facebook groups. I've seen Twitter. I've seen them all. They've been maligning him for his lack of vision, things like that all year long. I've commented on it at times. I know I have. Not to say I ever pull against the kid. He seems like a great kid. He's obviously a great talent. And he's a Buckeye, so you don't want to go there with him, but sometimes you have to state what you're seeing on the field. And he apparently has been dealing with a foot injury that's been pretty bad all year. He's even said that it's just gotten worse every time he's tried to give it a go. And, hey, kudos to him for toughing it out, because at times we didn't have anybody. Maya Williams was hurt. Evan Pryor's done before the year even starts. We're just, wow, we need somebody in there. Dallin Hayden may or may not have been ready according to coaches. We don't know. But Dallin Hayden has shined when he has gotten a chance to play. Maryland was obviously his biggest game. And then Chip Trayanum came out of nowhere against Michigan. So some interesting developments with the running back room that we did not totally expect this year. I didn't think Dallin Hayden was going to be playing very much this year. But then Evan Pryor goes down. You figure, okay, Dallin might get some carries. And then obviously Mayan and Henderson didn't expect them both to be battling injuries all season long. And then you're wondering, you figure, man, got a linebacker who was a running back, and of course they end up switching him and has a pretty good game against Michigan, but it takes him several weeks to actually get on the field as a running back. So did he make the right choice? I think so for him and for Ohio State. If he's not at 100%, it's probably better for him just to go ahead, get his offseason started, and get healthy for next season. It'll be kind of interesting to see what happens from here on out, how long the recovery takes, because we got to talk about some. Comment below. What do you think Henderson's future at Ohio State is going to be, or will it be at Ohio State? I don't want to speculate on what he's going to transfer now. I just know that the running back room is going to be loaded next year, especially if Chip stays on that side of the ball. Dallin Hayden has been rumored to be looking into Tennessee. I don't know how much validity there is to those rumors or whatnot. All I will say this though, if Tennessee is offering this big old NIL deal, I'm not saying they are. It's just one thing I saw. This big old NIL deal to the Hayden family to get him to go to Tennessee before he's even in the portal. My goodness, is that tampering or what? I mean, is there a rule that I don't know about here? Comment below again on that. Just, hey, you idiot, there's a rule here. No, I just don't know, because it's like you can't be talking to these kids before in the portal when you're talking about offering him an NIL deal before he's even in the portal. My goodness. But next year, potentially, when you got Evan Pryor coming back, and Evan Pryor was really flashing before his injury, obviously, you have a room with Maya Williams potentially. I mean, I don't know if he'll go pro or not, or what he'll do. Honestly, a running back shelf life is not great. If he's like a third or fourth round draft pick or whatever, I'd say he probably should go. We've seen guys like the Iowa State where Brees, I think his name is Brees Hall, the Iowa State running back, go to the Jets and have a great career until he got hurt, unfortunately, but he was looking really good. I think if I'm getting his name wrong, I apologize. But Maya Williams could be a beneficial back in the NFL. The way his running style is, I actually could see him on a team like the Steelers. But that being said, who knows? He might want to come back. But if he does come back, you got him. You got potentially Henderson, potentially Evan Pryor, potentially Chip Trayanum, and potentially Dallin Hayden. You got 5 capable running backs there. And there's not enough carries to go around for all of them. So it'll all be into their second or more, year at Ohio State. So it'll be interesting to see what shakes out in the offseason with the running back room. But for now, go ahead and comment below what you think Henderson's future is. I honestly sometimes feel like we don't even utilize him correctly. I'm with Zach Smith on this. Use him in space. He's excellent in space. Got a ton of speed. We've seen it multiple times with him. If you get him screen passes and things like that, get him in space and let him do his work. But obviously, we don't know how much the foot was hindering him this year and how much it affected his play, because I know a lot of people were disappointed in his sophomore season. But if that foot's been that bad all year, I think you could sit there and say he needs to heal up, because he needs to be 100% going forward. So we wish him the best, obviously, here at Scarlet N Great. We just wish him a speedy recovery. He's a Buckeye. He's a talented kid. Seems like a great kid. Please, 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 please go get yourself healthy, brother. And anyway. So it begs the question, though, for the Peach Bowl, who will carry the load for the running back room? I mean, the obvious answer, Robbie, is got to be Maya Williams. I mean, because if he's fully healthy going forward, I just don't. Again, we're sitting here speculating. We don't know what his health is going to be like come the Peach Bowl, and that's a problem. This Georgia defense is really, really good, as you know. We have to be able to try to run the ball a little bit. So that's another story altogether. That's another podcast altogether. Is Ryan Day going to commit to the run at all? But if we're going to commit to the run game, Mayan Williams has a ability about him. He's obviously a really good running back. That goes without saying. Obviously a good guy. He's a good character guy. So it goes without saying. I love the fact that he runs angry. I love that about him. That goes without saying. But his style, like in my opinion, changes the attitude of the entire offense. I believe he brings that toughness that we need. And we're going to really need it in this game. And dare I say, he has that dog in him. Of course, they have 85 dogs on the other side. Anyway, but that being said, he has that dog in him. He's a fighter. He's a scrapper. And that's what the offense needs to see, that from a guy, to show that mental and physical toughness, to run through people, to make the defense earn getting him down on the ground. If he's fully healthy, then he has the ability to break arm tackles. You can't just get him on the first guy normally. He loves to punish defenses. He has that style that is needed for this game. So I really hope he's fully healthy. But if he's not, now they could say after they go, oh yeah, we expect him to be full. I don't really care what they say. I want to see it in the game. If he's not, then who does it? I think Chip has to be that guy, because Chip has a similar running style to Maya Williams, except he's quicker and a little faster. And honestly, surprised me. His cutting ability and his vision is actually excellent. I didn't even realize he was that good. It kind of begs the question, why did you bring him in as a linebacker? Why have you guys never believed in him as a running back, even from high school? Now, maybe you did. Maybe Tony did, and he just kind of lost that fight in the recruiting battle. But, the fight within the staff, where do we want him? Maybe Jim Knowles says, I want him at linebacker, and that's just it. But but he really looked good against Michigan and finding the hole, making the cuts that he needs to make, making the reads, the vision. Obviously, he has experience as a running back at Arizona State, so he understands protections and reads and things like that, check down, whatever. He understands all of that, and probably better than Dallin Hayden does at the moment, even though he has only been in the playbook, probably less, honestly, than Dallin Hayden at this point. But again, if you have that experience at the college level playing at Power 5 schools, there's going to be similarities when you move from one end to the other end. So so we'll see. I think if Mayan is not completely healthy, you have to give it to Chip and let him roll with it. Now that's another interesting question, because Ryan Day discussed what happened with the running backs against Michigan, and he said Tony Alford's in charge of the rotation. And there was they got behind the 8 ball. They had to pass more, and Chip's a little bit better in that regard to Dallin Hayden is right now. Not to say Dallin won't get better and won't be an asset in that aspect going forward, but he's a true freshman. Give him time to learn and get him time to get his body physically ready for college football on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis. Chip's already there. So will Tony again go kind of with the hot hand, because Chip had the hot hand against Michigan. He looked really, really good. So it'll be interesting if Mayan's healthy, he's getting 80% of the carries. You already know that. But if he re-aggravates an injury, whatever, do we get stubborn and we stick with him because we love the guy? Or do we realize that maybe the injury is a little bit of a detriment to the team, even though he's trying to gut it out and his heart's into it? Maybe it's better to put a guy who's kind of has a similar skill set in Chip, and put him in there and let him see what he can do with the rock. And then you got Dallin Hayden, a young guy who's proven himself on the stage a few times. He's looked good, especially when we needed him against Maryland. And our run game was just gone against Maryland because Henderson was injured, and it was stagnant. It wasn't working. And again, I feel terrible for Henderson having to play on an injury and in front of everybody and have to do it quietly where everybody's judging him. But then you have Dallin Hayden come in and basically, I'd say, save the offense that game, because the offense was sputtering, and Dallin Hayden gave it that spark that it needed in the second half, especially. So who can be the guy? Who can be that star running back for Ohio State? We're going to need the run game against Georgia, and I think we have 3 capable guys, especially if Mayan is healthy. So going back to sum up, Henderson, I think, made the right choice for both him and Ohio State, because if he's not at 100%, then honestly, he just needs to get healthy. If Mayan is healthy, then we got a guy who can carry the load, but we also have very capable guys behind Mayan who can help pick up the slack. Should Mayan need a rest? Should Mayan re-aggravate an injury? I feel pretty good about where our running back room is right now. And then viewing it in the offseason will be an interesting storyline to see what happens there. So which running back steps up? For the final question, you go ahead and comment below. Which one do you think will have the best game? Which one do you think will step up? If you want to go with the obvious answer, Mayan Williams, that's fine too. I totally understand it because it makes sense. It makes common sense. It's figure you did. If Mayan's healthy, he's going to be the guy. I'm just going back to say that if he's healthy, he's going to be the guy. Tony loves him, and rightfully so. And Mayan has earned that, and he deserves that shot, especially at a game like the Peach Bowl against a team like Georgia. What a challenge that will be for both our offensive line, our run scheme, and for guys like Mayan Williams to see how we test against one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the entire country. Oh, that was a mouthful. Anyway, so appreciate you guys as always. It stinks. This is bad news. I mean, I feel bad for TreVeyon. I hope he gets better. I hope he heals up and gets back to 100%, because we know what he can do at 100%. He's an extremely talented guy and an extremely good kid, from what I understand. We just wish him the best here at Ohio at Scarlet N Great. And guys, as always, we wish you guys the best. We thank you for all the love and support you give. We're looking for 6,000 subscribers by the Peach Bowl, so please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below on what you think is going to happen with the running back situation. Please, we love you guys for all the love and support you give us. As always, guys, goodbye, God bless, and of course, go Bucks. That goes without saying, right? Go Bucks!